So hello everyone and welcome to this video. So today I'm gonna continue with the custom map BRs, and this is because one of the hardest maps in Geoguessr, made by myself, a rural world, was included in this mode for the first time ever, so I would like to try it. The good news is that it's no move, so we are not gonna get people having an advantage by moving around and finding signs, and that is desirable because this is a rural map, so signs are not something I was looking for when making this map. The bad news, though, is that 50-50 is allowed, which would give an advantage to some players, usually at the end of guesses if they don't know too much about the location. I'm obviously not gonna use that, so that might be a disadvantage for me. I will play this in increasing levels of difficulty, starting with no move, one guess, and then moving on to NMPZ multiple guess, and finally ending on the most hardcore mode, NMPZ one guess. Hopefully I'm able to win in that mode. I am also very happy to announce that I finally arranged the 1K special 10-hour stream for Sunday, the 6th of November. This is this Sunday at 4 p.m. UK, 5 p.m. Central European Time, and 12 p.m. Eastern US. So I'm really hoping to see you there. Can't wait. Without any further ado, let's start. Okay, we have 6 people. I would like to have like at least 7, which we already have. So I'm going to start this. And we actually have 8, which is great. Okay, what do we start with? We start with white lines. This seems to be temperate and the sun is south. And we have the black cars, so I'm thinking this is actually in Spain. Or is it? No, it's not. I think this is a yellow line, and with these trees, you always find them a lot in Israel. So I'm gonna go Israel here, like in the north. And it is correct. I actually want someone else to guess this correctly. People guessing Spain, understandable. I forgot about Israel to start with, but I just thought that the trees were a bit off for Spain, so I thought again, and it was right. And yeah, Alejandro got it, so we will have a final, I guess. This is red soil, and with these maize fields, I'm gonna start with Brazil. And actually, Aaron got it too, so it's not the final. And yeah, it was Brazil with this red soil, the maize fields, and random palm trees. The only other guess that this could be would be Colombia, but with the red soil, that would be a bit weirder. Hopefully they get it, and they do. It wasn't that hard to get Brazil there. Now we have Gen 2, and with these birches and this road, what should I go? Sweden or Finland? And it was Finland. Aaron was faster, so GG's to him. But to start with, I don't think this was a bad round, so I'm gonna include it. I just need to be like more clinical with my thoughts because here I doubted and I should have guessed. My first thought here was Finland, and but there was a small chance it would be Sweden, so I didn't guess, but I should have.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Okay, we have 7 people and 100 ranked players, so I'm gonna start again. Okay, what do we have here? This autumn coverage, this yellow guardrails, and this mountainous landscape, this should be Andorra, I think. And yes, it is. This is just, if you know how Andorra looks, you would know this round because this is really typical. Hopefully one of them at least knows it. And yeah, we have following the 100 rated player going in. Okay, they're getting it, which is not surprising given that this round looks quite easy in my opinion. Oh, the 50-50 is not something I like. They all got it because of the 50-50. Okay, we have some cornfields. Do we have an antenna? Because I was thinking northern Serbia, and yeah, we don't, so I'm gonna go for it. Yes, it was. This is extremely flat. We have a road in a really bad condition. There's no antenna, and we have this electric pylon in the middle. So this makes sense, especially given how flat it is and how much corn there is. Like Serbia is actually one of the biggest producers of corn per capita in Europe, so this makes a lot of sense. Someone guessed Bulgaria and someone else guessed Czechia, so it's possible, and now Slovakia. Maybe someone is gonna get it. Let's see if Foreign gets it. Well, I don't think so, no. Maybe as a 50-50. And they missed it, so I won the first time in my own map, and I think that with 2 rounds, it's not sufficiently good enough to end this quest, so I'm gonna try another time. But this Serbia round, if you know that there's no antenna only in Serbia, North Macedonia, and Turkey, you will get this because with this flat landscape and that much corn, I think it could only be Serbia.
8 hours later.
Okay, we have Soviet Spy here, which is a prominent player in the Geoguessr community, and also we have a full house, so this is gonna be complicated, especially with one guess. Here we have something that looks like South America. At the same time, it's not Colombia because of this. There's no Colombian cross here. But with these mountains, I'm starting to doubt a bit. But with this car, it should be Ecuador. And it is Ecuador. I just don't want to guess instantly until the final rounds because I only have one guess, and maybe in some rounds it's like useful to see where people are guessing, especially at the beginning. We have 4 people in and 3 people with one guess left and 3 people out. So let's see if any of these get in. At the moment, I don't think so, just based on the guesses. But Schlog did get in, so we have 5 people. Okay, this is a tracker, and I don't know it, so I'm gonna wait for someone else to guess. Yeah, Philippines was also my first thought. I don't know. What is that pole? I hope no one does the 50-50. Yeah, these are the countries I was thinking about. And I'm gonna maybe guess something like Cambodia or Thailand. Yeah, I'm guessing Cambodia. No one guessed it. And yeah, it is Cambodia. It had to be a Southeast Asian country, and Cambodia has a lot of trekkers, so that's why I guessed it. This is Gem 4, and it looks like Brazil straight away. And we do have the Brazilian pole here. We have random palms, and the red soil and the road lines also fit. This is South Africa. We have Gen 2, extremely flat and agricultural. And it was correct. Soviet spy is actually out, which is interesting. But I am in the final, and hopefully this is good. I think it's Sri Lanka just based on the road lines in that poll. So I'm gonna guess that. There's no car, but he got it too. So I need to get this. This is Gem 4 and we have these pines. So I'm gonna guess Sweden. Okay, Norway then. Okay. Yeah, in the last one I didn't get it once, but I still guessed again because the other player would have guessed anyway. And yeah, I was just between Sweden and Norway, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, I just want to see where this last round was. It was probably in the south. And yeah, it was like really far south, which makes sense. So let's see if I can win NMPZ. This time I'm gonna use all of my guesses, all of my three guesses, because otherwise I think it's gonna be a bit tough.
One eternity later.
Okay, we have 8 people, so I'm going to start. Okay, this is not facing the road, which is gonna be a bit tough. The sun is weird here. It seems to be to the north. But at the same time, I think this looks more like Southeast Asia. And they guessed Thailand and got it wrong, so I'm gonna guess Cambodia. It's not. Actually, this tree might make me think of South America, but I'm not that sure. I'm gonna try Indonesia because of the banana tree. And it is Indonesia. It was a bit weird for this to be in South America with these random banana trees and rice fields. Okay, we have yellow lines again and banana trees again and gem 4. But this time with this narrow road, I'm gonna go first Thailand, although the sun is a bit confusing here. But yes, it looked much more like Thailand than it did like Indonesia. So I don't know, this pole is not the typical Thai pole, so I don't know if people are gonna guess it based on that, although this sign is pretty common in Thailand, but nobody seems to be getting it. Maybe with a 50-50, which is kind of dirty, but they got it that way. Maybe Ragnar is gonna do the same. No, he didn't, so we are in the final. And this doesn't look too great. Yeah, this is quite deserty. We have a white outside line, and I don't know what to guess. I'm first gonna go Chile. Oh no, then I'm gonna try UAE probably. No, it's not. Is it Chile? Yeah, it was Chile, which is actually my first thought, but that Kyrgyzstan guess made me think it's somewhere in Asia somehow. But yeah, these sand dunes with some, maybe I think there was some volcanic erosion there, but I'm not really sure. But this is much more common in Chile. In UAE, it's usually like yellow sand, which makes sense because Chile has some volcanic terrain and UAE doesn't. So let's see if I can do this with only one guess, and that time I would have needed to guess Chile, so this is gonna be interesting.
2,000 years later.
Okay, we need four players more, and we have Lydia again, which I saw in another of my attempts, and I think it was on video too, so you've probably seen it. We have 8 people already, so I am gonna start the game, even 9 now. Okay, I can't really see the road, but I can see that there's a single yellow line and this many pylons and there's a rice field down there, so I'm thinking of going South Korea straight away. And it was correct, but I think many people are going to get it. Yeah, I don't know if I can show this. Yes, I can, because like the movement is so slow today. But yes, this should be around the east coast, seeing how many of these pines there are. The moment only one player out, which makes kind of sense. It's an easy round. Geobay is struggling, but they can do the 50-50, but they didn't, so they're out. Now this is gonna be tough. It looks a lot like Southeast Asia, but I'm gonna wait for people to guess because I can only guess once. They're guessing something weird here between Africa and South America. I'm not really sure what this is. It can be either Thailand or something like that. Indonesia is not correct. Sri is not correct either. I don't think this is Philippines because there's no palms. It could be Cambodia, but I think it's maybe too hilly for that, so I am gonna go Thailand. Hopefully it is right. And it is correct. And Lydia got it too. This actually makes sense. Thailand was my first thought, to be fair. Okay, what do we have? We have these tree line around the road. The road seems bad, so I'm guessing Ukraine straight away. And it was Ukraine, which is kind of nice, and I won with only one guess NMPZ, which I thought it was gonna take much more time than it actually took. So thank you all for watching. Subscribe, like, and see you next time. Bye.